Hey guys, Rob from Ultimate Diesel Tuning. Today I want to talk to you about fuel economy, but before I go on, make sure you subscribe to Ultimate Diesel Tuning on YouTube. With the current prices of fuel out there, everyone wants to try and improve their fuel economy. So today I want to talk to you about our first video of 3 and talk about the modifications you do to your vehicle that actually have a huge impact in the fuel economy department. The first modification a lot of people do to their vehicle is put bigger wheels and tyres on their cars, either a mud terrain or all-terrain tyre, or just all-round larger tyre. And what this sees is an increase in the weight on the rotating assembly on the tyres. That requires more energy from the engine to rotate those tyres, and in doing so, sees an increase in the fuel consumption. I'll give you a great example. I've got a new V6 Ranger that I'm currently driving. We've put a set of 33-inch all-terrain tyres and rims on it, and it's gone up about 2.5 litres per 100 just by putting the wheels and tyres on. So they're not a massive 35-inch tyre, but they are larger, and you can see the increase in fuel consumption just from that tyre and wheel package. The second one I want to talk to you about is drag, and this refers to anything you're adding to your vehicle to restrict the airflow or the aerodynamics of that vehicle. Good example is people put rooftop tents, boats on top of the roof, they put their roof racks on, platforms. All these things on your vehicle disrupt the air and create extra drag for the vehicle when it's driving down the highway. The third one is weight, and I talk about weight not just like I mentioned about the wheels and tyres and the increase of weight, but also bull bars, winch, lights. All these additional weight components you add to your vehicle also don't help when it comes down to fuel economy. Quick summary, the more weight in the vehicle, the more energy it requires to drive this vehicle using more fuel. The fourth one I want to just be making aware of, now it's not a massive one, but it is having a suspension lift kit. You're actually lifting the center of gravity of the vehicle higher off the ground. The more efficient a vehicle is lower to the ground. So just be conscious when you do put a lift kit in as well, and you're backing with all these modifications we're talking about, you will see an increase in those consumption. The final one I want to talk about, which is no surprise, and the big one, is towing. The bigger the load behind the vehicle, the bigger the consumption you're going to be using in fuel. And I'll give you a great example. We've talked about all these additional areas of increased consumption. Towing is load, and it's just pulling that vehicle backwards when it is towing, and that has a huge impact. You can see big gains in fuel consumption, and in some cases it means the car is using over double the fuel consumption when towing a 3.5 ton van behind your vehicle. When you are modifying your vehicle, you can expect to see some increases in fuel consumption because of those modifications. what I will talk to you more about in the next video is actually keeping the maintenance up on your vehicle, because if you don't do that, that will also have impact on your fuel economy.